Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and this is the summary for the day of 281 for the 1st of December. Oh my freaking god, it's December and over 281 days. And of the Ukraine war, of the Russian special military operation in Ukraine that has lasted way longer than what Putin wanted. And moving to the southern front, we have no updates over at the southern front. Nothing much is really happening. There's a video that came out over in the southern front, around probably Kherson region, where one of Ukrainian soldiers is complaining that they are basically sitting duck, in these settlements along the river. They are just getting bombarded by the Russian side, and literally there's nothing much they can do about it. I kind of just retweeted or something like that and just asked, what do you expect? Because you're coming to the river and then you can't really attack, you can't really, there's nothing much to defend, yet you cannot retreat, because if you retreat, there's no troops defending. The Russians may come back. But if you just sit there, you're just an open target, since Russian drones will just discover where are you and then they just bombard you. So yeah, war is hell. Moving on to the Zaporizhia line, there is no updates over at the Zaporizhia line. There is still information or rumors of Ukrainian forces trying to gather or concentrate their forces to launch an offensive. However, there is also rumors of Ukrainian artillery being redeployed from the Zaporizhia region over to the Crimea region. So, of course, these are all rumors, because these are all from the pro-Russian sources. Not sure how they get this information, and basically, I'm just telling you, it's not indicated on the map. And the fighting over at the Velika Novosilka region is no longer reported over the past 24 hours. And it seems like the attack over at Novosilka did not yield the results, since no Ukrainian sources were celebrating this. Moving to the Donetsk front. At the Donetsk front, the Ukrainians continued their counteroffensive. This time around, fighting is reported at Volodymyrivka as well as at Hryhorivka. So the exact location of the fighting, is it in the northern side, eastern side, or southern side, is unknown. There is no information regarding where the fighting exactly is. The only information is that it's in the area. So in the area can mean a lot of things. So I'm not going to speculate. So we're just going to leave it there. And the Russians continue their attack over at Marinka. Currently, the fighting is still within the middle area of Marinka town. So nothing much changed. It's extremely difficult to push Marinka. If you have been following me for months, you probably saw me showing you footage of Marinka before, which I try not to show much nowadays, because it's very easy to get demonetized. At least the video get demonetized when I show war footages. So I try not to do that. That is counterintuitive. The fighting continues at Hryhorivka as well. There's the Russians are pushing. And for those that have not subscribed to DPA War channel, oh my freaking god, go and subscribe. I have almost 30,000 views for the past 3 videos, and no, we only have a few hundred subscribed. The channel is only like 6,000 subs. Come on, man, you watch already, just press the subscribe button. And moving on to the Pervomaisky, the Russians are continuing to push this longish town over here. Still no updates. At Vodian, there's some footages coming out of some drone footage of the fighting over at Vodian region. Nothing much. Basically, I'm not even sure when the footage came out or was taken from, so it's not really relevant in terms of the mapping. And nothing is happening over at the New York region or the Novokalinove region. Over at the Bakhmut front, the Russian Defense Ministry has announced that they have captured Kurdyumivka. So this comes after the pro-Russian sources declared that Kurdyumivka has been captured, and this time round we have confirmation over by the Russian Defense Ministry. And because the Russian Defense Ministry's announcement overrides the information coming from Deep State UA, because this is official source, Deep State UA is just an OSIN, so it overrides it. And also because the Ukrainian Defense Ministry statement is only mentioning area of settlements, so in terms of the language, This is more exact, which is why this take precedence. As such, the Ukrainian lines is now pushed back based on the Russian information. So Kurdyumivka is currently under Russian control. Although the Ukrainian Defense Ministry continues to report fighting at Kurdyumivka, but as I mentioned, the word used was area of. Area of settlement can be literally, along 2 kilometers to even 3 kilometers all around Kurdyumivka. These are all in the area of Kurdyumivka, which is why, in terms of the strength of the language, the Russians very specific, Kurdyumivka was completely liberated is a much stronger word, which is why, this statement takes precedence. The fighting is continued to be reported at Klishevka, and there is also fighting reported at Opaine, according to the Ukrainian Defense Ministry. However, the on today, currently probably over the past 5, 6, 12 hours, the pro-Russian source Ryba mentioned that the Ukrainians launched an counter-attack in the area of Opine. There's some commenters keep expressing that I say this Opine is wrong. So Opine, and so the opinionated place got counter-attack, and also in the direction of Mayos. I missed this one. Yeah, so there's also an attempt to attack towards Mayos. The attack towards Mayos is by the 5th Separate Assault Regiment, and the one attacking at Opine is actually by the Joint Strike Force of the 53rd Separate Mechanized Brigade. So reinforcement is reported over at Bakhmut. This is coming on today's information, where why these forces experimental command of the armed forces of Ukraine transfer an assault unit to Bakhmut. So I think they are sending some mech warriors and Gundams over, because experimental. So I believe this is going to be something very cool, like Pokemon Masters. And there's fighting reported over at the southeastern outskirts of Bakhmut. So this is reported both by the Ukrainian Defense Ministry as well as by Ryba. So this is something that happened yesterday. And also, I was thinking about the war reporting. I believe that for tentative, maybe at least for December, I'm not completely sure. I might still leave the SITREP over in the main channel while I do the arrow things over at the DPA war. But I haven't decided. I might just, on the whim, decided to just post all this thing over at DPA war. Because I'm thinking of how to maximize the reach for each video, and also maximize the revenue. Because for those that do not understand why I have so many channels for DPA, is because content actually cannibalizes each other. For example, if I post the arrow video, the arrow analysis map analysis video, maybe it was trending, it's going viral, it's going very moving up the reach very fast. But the moment I post a SITREP, the videos started to immediately bend. They immediately lost the reach, and then it goes on a different trajectory, a lower trajectory. And this is because YouTube do not want to share 2 videos from the same channel at the same time, and or they will kind of have to share the reach between the 2 videos. So this is kind of a algorithm, the origadamics. Algorithmic, I want to say orgasmic, but algorithmic issue that I have to face. So I still considering how to best solve this problem. And as we go to Sever's front, at the Sever's front, the fighting reported at Vimka. So the word used is Vimka, but I believe that it's supposed to be Vimka. So here is Vievka. So should be this one. And but I believe the fighting is not so near, probably somewhere in the middle between Vimka and Berestove. Not sure if the Russians reached so far. I haven't really seen much evidence of exactly where the Russian forces lines were, and usually I don't reference other people's map usually. There's no more fighting reported at Opaine. So sorry, not Opaine, sorry, Spearne. And so the last information we get was that the Ukrainians are holding the western part, the Russians are holding the eastern part. We'll continue to monitor and see what's the situation like. And this time round, there's no fighting reported at Kurdyumivka. Fighting, however, has arrived at Hryhorivka, according to the Ukrainian Defense Ministry. For those that are pro-Ukrainian, open your ears. Ukrainian Defense Ministry report. Stop telling me, stop saying that, the information is not neutral, and why am I believing the Russian side? Like, come on, man. If you want neutral report, I'm going to report on both sides. And a lot of this information is coming from the Ukrainian Defense Ministry. Like, for today's report, like 60-70% is all Ukrainian Defense Ministry information. All this location. Like, you need like Hryhorivka, Vimka, Bakhmut, Opine, Klishevka, Kurdyumivka, Sibine. No, it's all Ukrainian. So I don't know why you guys are so blind. And there is fighting reported at Hryhorivka as well. So interesting that Hryhorivka is receiving fighting, and I'm not sure if the fighting is coming from the south or coming from the north, as per the same situation we are facing with SITREP, because we do know from SITREP maps that the Russians have pushed through the forest, and there was fighting just north of the Sibinski Donetsk River, opposite of SITREP. So you're not sure if the fighting reported at SITREP previously was actually referring to the forested area, and perhaps the fighting reported at Hryhorivka might be also the fighting in the forested area opposite on the northern side of Hryhorivka. So not exactly sure where is the fighting east. And what else? I saw this information in Svene. I think I missed out. I didn't report this location. And I kind of cannot remember where exactly this place is. Svene. Forget it. I forget where is it. I think I didn't map it. So I reported this location before. So Kurdyumivka, Svinoye. Sorry, 404. Just want to do some due diligence, try to find where is this place. Svene. Yeah, this is how I do the mapping, in case you are wondering. Yeah, I think we're just going to ignore this information for now, because I'm not going to spend let you spend 10 minutes looking at me trying to find this location. Okay, forget it. Let's move on. Moving to the Crimea front. At the Crimea front, the Ukrainian forces is attacking Hryhorivka, according to the Russian Defense Ministry. However, the Ukrainian Defense Ministry actually mentioned that they repulsed an attack on their position at Hryhorivka. So so this is also something that I want to share. Hryhorivka is 100% under Russian control. So when they say they repulsed attack in the area of the settlements of Hryhorivka, they are not holding Hryhorivka. They are in the area, which is also why that when we talk about this one over at the Bakhmut front, where Kurdyumivka has been captured by the Russian forces, when we have this fighting reported in the area of the settlement of Kurdyumivka, it doesn't mean that it's a contradiction to the capture of Kurdyumivka. It's simply saying that they are fighting in the area of. So this is why the Russian Defense Ministry statement about the capture actually take precedence. Fighting is reported towards Ploshchonka, or the Chonky, Pushy, and so they did try to go again. No idea what's the result. Most likely did not work out. The Russians continue their assault over at Hryhorivka. This is actually reported by both Russian and Ukrainian Defense Ministry. So this is 100% corroborated by both sides. The Russians are attacking Hryhorivka, and there is fighting reported at Novoselivsky, where the Russians are reportedly attacking Novoselivsky, whereas Ukrainians are attacking Kurdyumivka, or at least in the direction of Kurdyumivka. However, it looks pretty bad. Based on the Russian report, they say that they were thwarted by preemptive artillery fire, heavy flamethrower systems, which is the TOS-1A, and the Army aviation strike. So it's imagine the horror of you moving out and then just getting hit by every single shit that the Russian can throw at you. So no, that's so disastrous. Yeah, I hate to be a Ukrainian soldier really in this war. And over the Kupiansk front, we have no updates, no information regarding any information that's happening over in this area. And that's all. That's all for the summary for the day of 281 for the 1st of December. Please go over and subscribe over at DPA War channel. And for those that have not subscribed to Defense Politics Asia, do press the subscribe button, hit the freaking like button, smack it, smash it, burst it, poke it, and also do let me know what's your opinion about how I should play with this content strategy thing. I might just give up and just put everything into the DPA War channel, so that on the main channel we can actually talk about other stuff. Yeah, when I have other stuff, perhaps I will just move all the SITREP over to the DPA War channel. And when I say move, it doesn't mean that I'm going to move the videos, but as in I will start posting the SITREP over at the DPA War, because it's not possible to migrate videos from one channel to another. Yeah, so anyway, this is Defense Politics Asia, and I'll see you in the next update.